all this beautiful, thick, natural hair. You guys, we are doing knotless box braids. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let's get started. And of course, all products are from touchbytiny.com. And you guys, as you can see, I already started doing her hair. I left 2 rows to show y'all the good old techniques. There's different ways to doing knotless box braids, but as long as you achieve the final look, you're good to go. But I usually use 2 different techniques depending on the client. And the first technique, you guys, as you can see, I split the hair in 3 parts, and I'm just going to braid it once and braid it again to make sure that that's real tight and secure. And then I'm going to start adding the feed-in hair. And the best thing to do, you guys, is to try to distribute the hair first by making sure that they are as close to the same size as possible. And once you get that, then you can go ahead and start braiding the hair. And so I added 1 strand of hair in there, and I'm going to add another one. I think I'm going to add a total of 3 because this is a teenager and we are doing her hair age appropriate, which means middle back. So I'm not going to add that much hair to create a longer look. But if you choose to do long, extremely long, just keep adding hair, and you'll notice you'll achieve the long look. Regardless if you're natural or if you have straight hair, always try to dabble into your hair gel, touchbytiny.com, and that will help the natural hair and the braiding hair to blend in perfectly with each other. So always make sure to keep the natural hair moisturized. And your braids should look like this, smooth all the way down. You'll be able to flip it. There's no knot at the root. Ready for technique number 2? All right, so for technique number 2, you guys, we're just going to split the hair in 3 parts again. And instead of braiding it twice, we're just going straight into feeding the braiding hair into it. And what that does right here, it creates a more firm base for the ones that like their hair a little bit tighter. That gives you a tighter look, a tighter feel. And if you are natural, like super natural, I highly recommend this technique instead of the first technique, because you know, with knotless box braids, the base of your hair is out. So if you're natural, the tighter, I don't like using the word tighter, but the more firm the root is, the longer your braid is going to last, you guys. Although she is natural, her natural hair is more on the, soft curls texture. So, and then she is a teenager, so I'm not going to do her hair tight. So I am going with technique number 1 for all of her hair. I just did 2 different techniques to show you guys how to achieve each look. And wham bam, both of them came out exactly the same. It's just more of a feeling. So I know technique number 2 is probably a little bit tighter for her, but if you look at the roots and the base, they look exactly the same, you guys. So either way, whichever technique you decide to go with, your knotless box braids should look knotless. And like I said, there's so many different techniques, you guys, to achieving the knotless box braids. As long as you have a knotless box braids, then you're good to go. I know some people that achieve the knotless box braids look by braiding underhand. So if that's something that you do and it makes sense to you and it works, go ahead and do that. But if this technique helps too, let me know. Hope this is a better view for you guys so that you can see how I close off or finish off the whole entire look. I'm really big on partings, you guys. So for me, how I finish off that last row is I'll part the hair directly down the middle, and then I'll section off each little corner for it to make sense for me. Because even though that I did that first part straight down the middle right there, I don't like for the part in the middle to go that far back. So I am going to have a braid right there. I just split it down the middle so that each side can be even. Split the hair in 3 parts, braid, braid, and braid again. And once you achieve that, you guys, you're gonna hold the hair real firm, and then you're going to slowly start to add little pieces of hair. You'll braid that piece, tuck that braiding hair in. Don't braid it yet. Go ahead and add another piece of hair. Leave one piece out, braid it again, tuck the other piece in, and then go ahead and add the last piece of hair, you guys. That's how you achieve the knotless box braids without creating any knots. And because we are at the very last row of her hair, the middle of your head will be shorter if you don't go ahead and add another piece of hair to create the same length all across the board. So what I like to do is I keep a track, basically, like, okay, if I'm using 3 pieces all around, when I get to the last row, I'm gonna need 4 pieces so that everything makes sense. If you've missed any of that information, don't panic, I got you, okay? Split the hair in 3 parts, then we're gonna braid, braid, braid again and hold on. Add a piece of hair with one strand hanging out. You braid, braid, tuck the one that was sticking out in, add another piece of hair, braid, leave one out, then tuck it. Wait a second, add hair, and then you're going to braid. Okay, then tuck that in. There you go, you guys. Once again, disclaimer, okay? I am dealing with a teenager, so as you can see, she is glued, okay? Super glued to her phone. But it is very crucial, you guys, whenever you're doing someone else's knotless box braids, they have to make sure that they keep their head in place. If not, what will happen is the braids will look like it's running from itself. And what I mean by that is the braid will look loose. It will just create a weird gap. So you have to make sure that their head is very still. I hope after watching this video, you guys understand the concept, or it's helping someone out there learn how to, start off, how to braid and how they do their knotless box braids. Because I am self taught, no one taught me how to do it. I didn't even look on YouTube myself to learn how to do the knotless box braids. It just so happened I saw like other people's heads, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. So if it comes to you like second nature, by all means be great. But if it's something that you're just learning how to do, take your time, be patient. It's cool. You will get it, sis. And of course, if you don't get it the first time, you guys just rewatch this video 1,000 times if you have to, okay? Because you will get it. It will come to you. And once you do get it, girl, it's lit. I know it's going to be on and popping. And we are on our last braid. Yes. And here we are, you guys. Knotless box braids. Yes. She asked for medium, but her head and the amount of hair she had, I just felt like the medium just wouldn't fit right for her head. So I gave her mediums instead. And she is in love, you guys. And I'm in love. They look good. They're perfect for her head. And the good thing about knotless box braids is they're not heavy at all. I hope you guys try it, and if you do try it, I hope you love it. You keep it on your head for as long as you can. Okay, thank you guys so very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Until the next video, peace and love.